Hello and welcome to Leaders of the New Aeon, the harmonic resonance of stepping into your soul's calling. This is a global online conference designed to awaken, inspire, and empower the new wave of leaders to rise up and claim their purpose. Whether you are looking to become the leader of your own life or a leader in your community, you will learn through a holistic lens in this summit how to lead with grace, integrity, confidence, and resilience. I am your host, Jessica Ruby Hernandez, and I am so excited today to bring you something special, something I hope you will savor. We are doing a poetry slam today with my good friend and fellow poetess, Ineisha Paredes. Welcome, Ineisha.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here and to do this. This is freaking awesome.
I
Thanks
love
for having me, babe.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so I invited Inesha because we both have this habit, practice, like secret life of writing poetry to process life. And so the poems we're going to share today are inspired by that beautiful and torturous dance between expansion and contraction, between fears, desires, all that good stuff. And so, Inesha, would you like to kick us off?
Definitely. Let's go. Let's go. And I'm excited. This poem, it's one of my early on ones, early on in life. I surprised that I have the date on it. And it's from 11 years ago. So I thought it was beautiful to kick us off with it because it's about love, and it's what I think we're leaning towards and gearing towards and wanting to expand into. So I thought it was perfect to start us off. And so this one's called Wherever Love Goes. And so here it is. Wherever love goes, it's where I go. When love froze, it's then I chose to lead instead of follow, to be free instead of wallow, to be seen, not stuck in shadow, to fly high and not stay low. It's then that I decided I'll always know that wherever love goes, it's where I go. There it is.
Mm, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love starting with that. Is I mean, that is kind of my secret hope that this summit helps inspire, and also secret hope for humanity is that we're all fueling our lives with love and following love rather than fear. And so,
Yeah.
7 years ago, you're on it.
I know. I'm like, whoa, we're talking about shadows in that one. And I'm like, man, I only feel like I just started, within the past couple of years working on my shadow side, so it's crazy that like that's in there. And like, yeah, how old was I? 25. So still pretty young, 25, 24 years old. But yeah, to know that love is the key, man. So I love
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
I hope too for that expansion of everyone that is here and witnesses this beautiful like summit that you've created.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
For sure.
Wow. I'm going to kick us off with something absolutely silly. So thank you for putting us in our hearts first, because my opener are some limericks. And I'll just put it out there right now. I love all styles of poetry. I've dabbled in all of it, and I wrote these limericks a couple of years ago. I think it was during the pandemic, actually, where I think we were all forced to kind of look inward a little bit more. And I was creating my Radiant You inner journeys, these little themed packages of of yoga, EFT tapping, meditation, journaling, and other things. And I wanted to bring in the poetry. And so I actually haven't used these in the inner journeys though. And so I'm really excited to bring them to the light of day. So some silliness here. Limericks. There once was a lass named Ruby who searched far and wide who she be. It took years on end to find what's within and realize she's holding the true key. And so the interactive part that I was going to include, and I can't believe that this just never came to light of day, was Q&A of like, okay, so what did Ruby find? Well, the answer is her inner wisdom, her inner truth, her intuition, right? And so the next one, there once was a lass named Ruby who was afraid of how powerful she could be. She hid under rugs and communed with the bugs until she decided to be free. And so what did Ruby learn about herself here? That being in one's true power brings freedom and authenticity. You're gonna see a theme here. There once was a lass named Ruby, because it's all about me, who worried, will everyone like me? She took on the task to wear all the masks until one day she said, I'll just be me. And so what did Ruby realize after wearing all those masks? That it was exhausting and much easier to simply be true to herself rather than worrying about what everyone thinks of her. Last one. There once was a lass named Ruby who was frightened by the power within me. She tried to play small and squeeze tight in a ball, but she couldn't hide her light that shone brightly. Oh. The end.
Oh my God, I love those. I love it when, like short little lyrics like that, they're just so powerful. Like even just a little couple of lines, there's so much like packed in there. And like freaking wisdom, like a grain of salt, but like so valuable, right? Because we need salt too. You know?
Yes, we do.
Wow. Yeah, yeah. That I love that. I love that. And the playfulness of it. Mm.
It's hard to hide that playful spirit when you got it. I know you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many times, I've written little lines here and there. And you for me, I've been like, oh, write it off. But it's like, no, like just like witnessing it just now, hearing it from you, it's like, no, even the small lines are something. So that's a good reminder for me. Thank you. All right. Sweet. Okay, so let's see. Next one. What's the next one here? Um, ooh, okay. So I have one. My next one is for my family, I call it. And this one I wrote this year. I wrote this one this year, a couple months ago. And I think I've wanted to always write one about my family. And just didn't, it never came out. But this one is a sense of like um changing the waves, changing the family lines. So yeah, this one's for my family. I am a breaker of chains. My family has lived and fought for the reins, but I refuse to maintain a lineage that is built on pain, that has made the ones with the most courage feel the most insane, that has made the ones with the most strength question the clarity of their brain. So no, I will not be the one that continues to groove and ingrain a malicious, callous history that has continued to be framed. Instead, I feed and fuel and do not continue to blame. Instead, I choose a completely different road, a completely different path, a completely different route for my ancestors to help change their lanes so that with confidence, they feel the freedom to traverse unknown plains and feel the sunlit stars and sky and love-soaked mist and rains. The end.
That's beautiful, Ineisha. That's so beautiful. So heartfelt. Mm,
Thanks.
yes.
I'm glad I found that one.
Yes, you are breaking those chains.
Thank you.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. My next one is I wrote, I think it was a couple years ago, I had the opportunity to walk across hot coals. And I don't know if anybody listening, watching has ever done that before, but it is quite an experience. And even if you aren't afraid going in, when you watch that fire being built and feel the heat of it, It's scary. It's scary. So, um, yeah. Fun fact though, I loved walking across the coals. We didn't walk across the fire. We waited until the fire went down and it was hot coals. I loved it so much. I walked across 7 times. Yeah. Now, simultaneously in my life, there was like a symbolic fire, metaphorical fire, that I had to walk across, and I just felt absolutely too frozen and feared to do so. So, interesting juxtaposition. This one's called Firewalker. I stand calmly in the fire, complacent and complicit. Flames abound and dance around. They burn away what no longer serves me. I reach for those things out of sentimentality with a dull heart, not full of desire, but clinging to the familiar and yearning for comfort. Where does comfort already live inside of me? Mm, numbness has it squirreled away, already hidden. I stare blankly at the sky, motionless. The only way out is through. Motionless. I have no idea what's coming next for me. 7 times I walked across the fire, but this time the fire has its turn, and so I burn.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm, I love that. Like that last line was like really, the fire has its turn now. It's like, okay, I love that. That's like Phoenix energy, rising. I
Mm.
like that. Beautiful.
Yeah. This was
Mm.
like the before the Phoenix Rose.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's it's
You're
funny
getting
when
there. You're
the
getting there.
next chapter.
Maybe the eighth time, eighth.
Maybe, yeah, maybe eight's the charm.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are good. All right. So let's see. What's my next one here? Oh, okay, okay. I like it. So this one's called I'm Tired. This one's a little rough, but I feel like rough to the point where it's for people to really recognize um the pain, what's within, what's real, things that going beyond the surface, I feel like. So yeah, this one's called I'm Tired, and I also wrote this one recently. I wrote this one this year. All right, so tired of pretending I'm not weighed down, I'm light as a feather, like I am protected and not storming the same weathers, like my lifeline is a clean force without any tears or tethers, like I'm an innocent and didn't make fun, laughing house of a girl named Heather. Or was it Tiffany or Maria? But right now I'm just desperately trying to measure if the value I've been told I have is enough to find treasures that have been buried deep within my psyche behind rule books and ledgers, counting each interaction as a need to follow through with unspoken pressure that I've placed on myself because I believe to be this human, I've got to be better, that I've got to pull hold on my desires and pleasures so that I could be there for you and them, and at this point, whomever. Sometimes I wish I wasn't made with such an awareness and with a mind that was clever. Because it's at times like these that I wish that I was buried and I found my lifeline severed. And I'm sorry to say, I'm sure you weren't expecting this outcome embarking on this endeavor. I'm just realizing that no amount of lotion is going to ever smooth this leather. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to hear that one again. I'm glad this is recorded. So much depth in there.
Yeah, yeah. That one is really it's a most recent, one of my most recent ones, and it's just like the I think the accumulation of just all of this weight and this pain and the expectations, that we put on ourselves. Like
Yeah.
it's just everything, and like, you got to be this and you got to be perfect and good, not wrong, and right, not bad, right? And it's just like, oh my God, I just want that to stop. And just accept that, like, yeah, being human and having this expression is not, it's perfectly unperfect. Yeah. So I hope that people really feel that one and witness it and feel it for themselves, like
Mhm.
you're okay the way you are. And, we're all going through it. We're all going through it. There's no like sunny skies for anyone at every single moment. Yeah.
Yes, there's, shadows that come with the light. Mm. Thank you. Thank you. I'm still savoring that one. All right, my next one's short and equally like raw. I was really in it when I wrote this one. I still don't completely understand what what exactly it was. It just came out. So it's called tramp. And I should really actually look up the definition of tramp, because I know it's been used in various ways. But here we go. Tramp. You are so ugly with that mask on. Why do you hide? They don't like your light to shine. It might outshine their own. Little souls, dancing on your heart, stomping on your face until the mask feels like home. But it's not. Take it off, you tramp. Whew. So yeah, I don't have a relationship with that word. Not sure why that came out, but was really frustrated with myself for wearing masks and people pleasing and trying to hide my light, um, so other people around me wouldn't be uncomfortable by my light. But F that.
I like that. I like that. It's almost like giving a new meaning to the word tramp, because it's been given such a nasty, in my opinion of what I know of the word, nasty like definition. Um, yeah, and it's like I'm like wrapping my head around it. I'm like, I like it. I like it,
All good.
but
All good.
mm, yeah, I'm like, I don't even know where the hell I was going there. I had it, and then I was like, yep, it's gone. It's gone. That's okay. Whatever. Oh, I love it. That's why we're doing this together. All right. Okay, so my next one, it's called Stretched. And this one, yeah, I think this was a newer one as well. Um, and I think I'll just talk about it after. So Stretched. And it's as of late, I haven't written. I've only tried to speak. And so far, I've worded barely as incoherence has taken speech. I even dislike this writing because I am about to go deep and explore things out in the open that within I'd rather keep. Because it's all begun to show just how like you is me. The only thing is, these new mannerisms are not ways I'm used to be. Tight and constricted and safely, I've been quietly entombed, waiting patiently for discovery so that my life can then resume. I've barely nourished my soul, as without end my energy has been consumed. And it's across these bare fields like pockets, beautiful lilies have been strewn. That's it.
Beautiful lilies have been strewn. Ah, oh my gosh, yes, like the expansion of the comfort zone, being stretched, doing new things. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, that's such a great description of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one, that's for my peoples who have difficulty expressing themselves, like the poetry too, for me is because I've had difficulty sharing, of my emotional self and my vulnerability out loud. And so yeah, that's like the frustration of like finally like being unable to like hold back and like hide these words that are like wanting to spill out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
I love that. I love that. And you're reminding me of another practice I have, for that I'll plug for people like you said who are having problems like getting the words out, like being able to express their emotions, not even to other people but to yourself, right?
Hmm.
Was morning pages. The woman Julia Cameron, I
Hmm.
believe that's her last name, Cameron. She wrote the book The Artist's Way, and this is her exercise that she suggests doing daily is morning pages. And so you get up as soon as you can, first thing in the morning, you just write. And it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to, be legible. It doesn't have to be something you go back and read. It's just brain dump of everything that's basically clouding your mind, keeping you from knowing your truth, keeping you from knowing who you are, keeping you from knowing what you want, just all the junk and clutter. So morning pages, I highly recommend it for people who are like, I don't know what to do when you say you should journal. Like, do that, because you will have so much clarity. And for her, um, she's helping people access their creativity, and we can't access our creativity if we have this junk on top, right? And so it's clearing the junk, so you know your truth, so you can get in touch with your creativity. And I love that practice so much. I wrote a poem about it, which I'm not going to read here, but I will plug that I believe on my SoundCloud account, which is linked on my bio page, there is a recording of me reading my ode to morning pages, in case you want to hear it. um,
I absolutely love that you said that because morning pages super helped me. I started doing it. There was a group that wanted to do it, and I did it with that group back in August of last year. And I'm somebody who like things have to make sense. I'm sure you see by my poems like they rhyme. Everything's so. I was like, what do you mean right? And so I was like trying, at first, like trying to make sense in the morning pages, but that practice of just like literally, even if the sentence that you're writing does not make sense to the last sentence or even the word, it's such a beautiful practice to really clear yourself and be like, whoa, everything's out and now I can move on. It's like this sensation of like, I can now move on and do the next thing, like something that I actually want to do instead of like constantly thinking about these thoughts. Yeah, yeah. It's a good practice.
I'm so happy to hear you do it too. Yes, love that. Love that, love that. And you can do it imperfectly. I don't do it every day. I do it imperfectly. um, okay, is it my turn? Yeah, because you wrote stretched. Okay, you wrote okay. So, my next one is called Dances with Waves, and I think it'll be self-explanatory. Ocean of emotions, refractions of light, icy cold waters, Pacific delight. Help me see clearly, help me bend but not break. My heart grows weary, and doors close for the wake. This constriction is predicted. Every rising wave must fall. But the cold water is shocking, and there appears a wall to be scaled as I rise. But for right now, I fall. I love your face right now.
You know me, I love the water, I love the freaking ocean. So I'm like, ooh, okay.
Yes.
I could feel that one. The rising, the falling, the waves dancing. Oh my God, yes. Yes. Like
Mhm.
you said, self-explanatory.
Good.
That was good. I like that. Mm, okay. Wow. Okay, so well, my next one, okay, this is a poem that I wrote into lyrics. Okay, so I it's a melody. Yeah, this is a melody. And I even tried I wasn't gonna include it, but me and Ruby were like, we're gonna maybe we should. Maybe we should. Why not? This is showing, our artistic creative abilities, and we are lyricists, so why not do the ones we've created into lyrics and song? Yeah, I tried to say it. It does not sound the same said as it is in melody. So this one, I'm going to sing it, and this one's called Down to Fluidity. And yeah, it's I think all about embracing um, the playfulness of life and the fluidity of life, and not being like bogged down so much by and weighed down by order and structure, and knowing that like we're here. It's like dancing with life, even. I love how it comes after dancing with the waves, and now it's down to fluidity. It's perfect. All right, so here we go. Here we go. So down to fluidity. Here we go. Whew. Down in the water is where I wanna stay. Enriched with the soil is where I wanna lay. It's heady, these circles can't keep these grooves at bay. I'm fighting a gravity that comes in forms of play. So it does what it does as I do what I may to change the view of my lenses to color from gray. When form shifts to formless, I recognize it with a head, living with the fluidity till structure comes from what I say. There it is.
Ineisha, I love that. That was so beautiful. We gotta get that recorded. Ah, I love that so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Would you
Yes.
sing it again?
Sure.
Thank you.
Let's do it. Why not? I'm like, I didn't choke the first time. Yes.
You did great.
All right. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's even if I'm just gonna talk about it a little bit, it's like the point of like us creating like anything that we're inspired to do, any ideas or things that we want to go towards, it's like not letting our minds kind of overwhelm us, right? Like I know a couple of our teachers have talked about like the grooves in the mind, like getting lost in them like over and over. It's so easy to. And it's like kind of letting that kind of fall away, knowing that like gravity and is like freeing when you allow yourself to kind of be weightless in this human experience, and be playful and like see the color and see the joy, and like when things aren't going your way, like kind of like letting it mold itself until it shapes itself to again yet like let you keep going on your path. Boom. Okay. So here we go. Again, it's down to fluidity. So down in the water is where I wanna stay. Enriched with the soil is where I wanna lay. It's heady, these circles can't keep these grooves at bay. I'm fighting a gravity that comes in forms of play. So it does what it does as I do what I may to change the view of my lenses to color from gray. When form shifts to formless, I recognize it with a hey, living with the fluidity till structure comes from what I say.
Mm, 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 mm. Love that. Love that so much. Oof. Oof, I almost don't want to say anything else. That's a beautiful, beautiful space to be in. Thank you. Sorry, you took me out of my thinking brain. But alas, I have one more to share. And this is, yeah, this is the one that I almost wasn't going to share, but kind of we helped each other be brave. Ineisha's is a song and mine's a rap. Mine, I wrote this one after watching Hamilton, and if anybody's watched Hamilton, ooh, wow, yeah, powerful. We'll just say that, powerful, powerful dialogue, all in rap. Whoa, amazing. But okay, so I've never rapped before, but this Hamilton brought it out of me. So this is called this is called the divine inside me, and there's two parts. Don't worry, they're short. The first one is called I Hear with the Ears of Spirit. And I'm gonna need some water before I start. Okay, see if I can pull this off. Girl, claim your birthright. You are divine. Your heart is golden and so is your mind. You've got this, sis. Don't doubt your worth. You've prepared for this life many lifetimes before. You're kind and big-hearted, compassionate and sweet. You see right through to the core of things. You're needed right now on this planet Earth, so darling, I implore you, stop doubting your worth. Part 2. I see with the eyes of spirit. You are leading quietly your own revolution of thousands of people and their personal evolution. Your aura's pink and purpley, a unicorn since you were a wee one, and you remember to bring back all the reasons for us to have fun. You live life robustly in fullest self-expression. Living from love and dropping fear-based decisions is your lifelong obsession. Your light is shining, like it or not, so stop acting like it's dusty or rusty or too dim. It's time to show up, glow up, and begin your hymn. You swore you wouldn't die with your song still in you, so girl, what you waiting for? Show 'em what's in you. Woo!
Oh my God, I freaking love that. I love raps. I've totally created raps.
I love that.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Thank you.
Um, it's that purple pink. That purple pink is reminding me of this like vision that I had one time. It was like actually it was a dream, and there was like it's funny that it's like in Hamilton inspired you because I think of like old school when I think of Hamilton and like horses and knights and shining armor, like princesses and stuff. Um, and the dream I had, it was like a horse coming out of like this pink and purpley like portal. Yeah, so I'm just like, whoa, that's where I went like immediately. I was like, wait a second. And I've always been like, what the hell does this dream mean? But like I've always been like, it has to be something with divinity, like I was like, where the hell is a purple and pink portal in like the middle of New York? It was like in the middle of a New York like cemetery or some shit. I was like, what the hell?
Oh my God.
So yeah, I was like, this has to do with divinity. So I love that like it was like hear with the ears of spirit and like see with the ears of or see with the eyes of spirit. That's like super God, I feel like it's like be you. Like that's the point of that. Be you, like as magnificent, as ridiculous, as amazing. Like all of it is you and it's all amazing. So thank you. Thank you for that reminder.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for tolerating my gooberness.
Oh, it was awesome.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I believe
Hmm.
you have one more for us.
Right. Yeah, I did. I have one more. This one was a blessing that I just a little blessing that I wrote earlier this year, but this year has been pretty wild. So I actually have yet to share it. So this is the first time it's being shared. Yeah, and I wanted to share it with my friends and my family and just a little thing for them to carry with them for the rest of the year, just as a reminder of blessings. So yeah, this one's New Year blessings. And it's just a quick little short four-liner here. So may the new year be so prosperous, and may it be so you. May it be filled with adventures that we jump into like little fools. And when, as the navigator of your seas, you see a storm start to brew, may you remember your role you're playing and put to use your magical tools.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember.
Oh, thank you. This has been so much fun. I'm so stoked you said yes to this wild like, hey, how do you feel about doing a poetry slam with me for the summit?
Yeah,
I love it.
this
I
is
feel
awesome.
like I kind of want to make this a regular thing, but for now we have this, and I'm so grateful. And I would love if you share with everyone what else you do in the world, where people can find you, connect with you, maybe even work with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for letting me be a part of this because it's so funny. I knew you had your summit going, and I'm like, oh, maybe next time I'll be a part of it. And it was like, hey, you want to be a part of it? I was like, now? I'm like, okay. So yeah, this was like, epic little manifestation on both of our ends. So happy to have done this with you for sure and to share, yeah, our ourselves. Like this is like ourselves from the inside out, This is nothing that we've studied or anything. This is just our words, our expression. And so I think this is really beautiful that, I got to share it with you, do this with you. Um, my sister. And so yeah, I am Ineisha, and my business is known as Ignited Intuition, and I am a psychic intuitive, and a healer and a channeler. And I use divinity. I use tarot cards, oracle cards, as well as the senses, my psychic and intuitive abilities to assist people in their life, to see clarity, to help them work on their shadows, to help them find more confidence in themselves, more value in themselves, or even answer their questions. People have questions like, hey, what's going to happen in my life? Why does this keep happening in my life? Where am I headed? What should I do? Like all of the inquiries that you might possibly have that you feel like you haven't been able to answer within yourself, or you find yourself in this constant loop and like battle of like, why can't I get to the answer? I can totally help you get there, and provide you with clarity moving forward. So you can always reach out to me. I'll give Ruby my link. But you can find me my link tree. Ignited Intuition has the ways in which you could look me up. I also have this really beautiful collaboration with another friend of ours. Her name is Anka, and we do this Oracle and Talisman, where she's an artist. So she creates art while I channel your soul essence in. So it's like me and her on a Zoom call, and you're our third, So we create this triangle, and I love the triangle is known as the trine in astrology. So it's like the harmonious, beneficial aspect, And so it's us on a Zoom call, an hour long. You get to just receive your spirit and your soul being channeled to you, through my words, through my what I see, what I hear, and in the same time, Anka is creating this beautiful artistic talisman, that devours and holds your soul within it, and then she mails that to you, and you get to have a living piece, a living creature of you, as well as the recording and all that stuff. But yeah, that's another way that I bring the magic in this world with others. So yeah.
That is a that yum yum yum. I cannot recommend that enough. It is such a cool experience. And again, thank you for joining me. This is so much fun. We'll have to figure out a way to do this again. And
Yes.
I hope you all enjoyed this. Enjoyed, Ineisha was talking about, this is our raw experience. This is our lived experience that we're sharing. And so maybe some of you inspired to at least do morning pages, maybe write your own poetry, start to excavate and define yourself through written word, because it's a lot of fun. So thank y'all and enjoy the rest of the summit.